Welcome to That's So Us
with Ama
and Lo.
Join us every Friday as we talk about everything and anything.
From pop culture to mental health to life experiences.
Everyone needs a vent session, and we're ready to connect with you on so many levels.
Be ready to laugh and even cry. Grab some tissues and a drink.
And join us as we turn our 3 a.m. calls into this podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Are you good?
No. It's just funny because, we had a whole conversation before this, and now we have to act like
yeah, and it was a weird conversation.
We're like, hi.
Yeah.
But hello.
I hope everyone enjoyed that video last week. I did not enjoy editing it because I was like, why does my listening face look like that? Like, why do I look like that?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. It took me a while to get used to actually getting used to the sound of my voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fine with it now. And then I was fine with the short clips of the reels that we do,
yeah.
whatever. But a whole video, I was like, oh, it's a little cringy. But I don't know why.
When I was editing it was so funny. But the thing is, I literally do YouTube, so why was I cringe? But I guess it's because it's a different setting, and no podcast I've ever done for my own either has been full video, so it's just different. Because I'm concentrating on what the person's saying, but my face, hello.
Also, it was our first thing too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But I thought it was so cute, and the little ASMR moment in the morning. Why was I gonna say in the morning?
I don't know.
At the beginning, was really funny, and I wanted to do an episode just full ASMR.
Yes, we will. I think it'd be fun to do it in person.
Oh yeah, we have a lot of different ideas to do in person.
Yeah.
So let us know, comment who you would want us to get on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We have ideas already, but
and I know we said LA, but you can also give other people because I feel one day we'll be not only in LA. No, I mean, don't give me Alabama because I'm not gonna go there, but fun places
yeah,
not that. I mean, I guess no.
Alabama could be fun. How far is Alabama from me?
I don't even know where that is. I don't even know. I don't even know anyone there, but I don't know why that came to my head. Alabama. It's near Atlanta, New Orleans. I want to go to New Orleans, but I don't know anyone there.
6 hours?
Okay. But see, Alabama is so close to Florida that I'd rather go to Florida than Alabama.
Wait. Sorry. Oh. No, it's definitely more than 6 hours. Yikes. Okay.
So we're not going to go to Alabama.
It doesn't even tell me. But yeah, maybe not Alabama.
But the fun places. What?
Texas, the houses in Texas
are
so cheap, and they're so big
cheap.
and modern and beautiful, and I was like, I might need to move to Texas.
See, there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
We won't get into that, but yeah. I have a friend that lives there, and I hear all the Texas tea. And it's kind of scary sometimes. Imagine just walking by someone's house and they have a rifle right in their hand. I don't think I think I'd even having a family there, I think I'd be too stressed. Unless I was white.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I guess it just I was gonna say it depends on the neighborhood, but it's you really never know.
It's okay, we'll be rich, so who cares?
So that's true. Yeah.
We'll be rich. We can have a house. We're gonna have a house. No, we're not gonna live together. Sorry, but we're gonna have 2 houses.
I'm gonna have a house in every state.
And no, I'm not done. They're gonna be in. It's gonna be in the hills. It's gonna be in the hills.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have ones that. It's big enough that we're separated, but we could walk to each other's houses. And it's gonna be in a gated community. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's how rich we're gonna be.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's such a vibe.
Yeah, and then from our yards we can just see all the lights of LA. It's such a vibe.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Bro, I can't wait. It's funny because we say that. Well, people probably think that we say that as a joke or
oh no, I'm
it may not happen, but I actually it's gonna,
that's gonna happen.
I actually think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It will.
Yeah, 100%.
Watch us. Then we'll have podcast episodes, video format every week because we'll be right next to each other in the hills.
Yeah, backyard.
Yeah, exactly.
hmm
Anyways, do you want to say your highs and your lows?
I don't really know. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
Yeah,
I've
I
been
feel like
working.
the past like few times we've both had like trips and things to look forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna
Now I
say it's
don't
calmed
really have
down, but like I
anything.
have a trip in 3 weeks, but like
Yeah, you
I don't
do.
know.
I don't know. I feel like though for my low, I feel like I've been a little like off. I don't know what it is though. Cause like some days I'm like I feel fine mentally, and then
Hmm.
other days it's like I feel off, but then it kind of also like goes up and down during the day, which has happened before. And
Hmm.
so I don't know, I'm just like doing things to try to not get myself into like that place
Yeah.
that I
Do
was
you
at
like
like before.
do like there English? Do certain things like happen that like each time they happen like you get in that way or like no?
No, not really. Literally, like it just happens.
Okay.
Like I was thinking about it earlier too. I was like has something triggered it? And I'm like, not
Hmm.
really. It's just like it just happens and I just feel off. So I don't know.
Mm.
But like I went to the gym yesterday, I went to the gym today. I love going to the gym. And I think it's like a healthy like release.
Hmm.
Also all the what endorphins I think it is. Or serotonin or
Yeah.
whatever it is. I don't actually know the proper words, but
Me either. It's okay.
um yeah. So it's been like today was a good day,
That's good.
but just I don't know, taking it day by day.
But I think it's good to be aware of like those things
Yeah, for sure.
because some people just wouldn't be.
Yeah, I just like know how bad I can get.
Hmm.
So it's like trying to prevent myself from getting to that place. Um,
Do you meditate?
I used to. I really need to get into it.
I like okay, I
Into
was gonna
that.
say I meditate every morning, but I do not. That's a
Mhm.
big lie. But I try
Yeah.
to meditate at least like 3, 4 times a week, and it kind of helps like with that stuff.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I just like to
I
do it,
know.
even if it's like a 5 minute one. Like I feel like people think like when you meditate, like it has to be like these like 30, 40 minute ones, but like even a five
Yeah.
minute one can just like clear your mind. But I don't know. I also journal. That's fun.
Yeah.
Something.
I used to journal. I used to meditate, and I honestly I don't know why I stopped. Um, but I need to get back into. Actually, I do know why I stopped. I think I was like at such in such a good place mentally that I was like, I don't need this anymore type of
Hmm.
thing subconsciously.
Yeah.
So then I just stopped. But it's like, I think in order to maintain your like that place, that good
You need
place,
to
you
like
have to
implement
keep.
these things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, working on it.
I'll send you, like, the meditations that I started doing, like,
Oh,
2, 3 months
perfect.
ago. They're kinda fun. I
Thank you.
don't know. You're so welcome. I don't know, yeah, I feel that. I feel like myself too, like, when I get in, like, a good place, I kinda just drop everything that, like, I was doing to help myself get in this good place,
Yeah,
and then slowly but surely, like, everything just kinda trickles down. But,
yeah.
yeah. And, like, getting a therapist here, I don't know if it's the same there, but it's
Mm,
so hard. And I also just don't feel like putting that, like, effort in because, like, I don't know, sometimes you'll get one and then, like, it doesn't even work out, and then I don't wanna have to do it all again. But yeah.
yeah. I mean, I've only gone to one,
Mhm.
and it was fairly easy to get like an appointment, like make an appointment, but
Yeah.
it was just annoying because I went to like a doctor to not even my doctor. I don't even have a family doctor. I have like a pediatrician, and so I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want like my pediatrician to see me anymore because like he obviously like knows me, and I was like going through a lot, and I didn't want to tell someone who like already knew me,
Mhm, yeah.
and I wanted someone new, and so I was like going to this girl, and she was like honestly no help aside from the fact that she did give me a number to call. But I feel like when you're in this state of like just really bad depression, like you don't want to do anything. So like even calling someone is like hard.
Mhm.
um But yeah, it was like fairly easy to get a therapist, and then I had to go and do
Okay.
paperwork, whatever. But it was through Zoom because of COVID. So
Yeah. Yeah, here I don't like when I got my first one I was 16 and like that one was like fine. I didn't like her, but it was fine. And then I got another one and it didn't really work out. And then I got another one during COVID. And that one was fine, but then I quit my jobs and I still don't have any like insurance or like anything. And like
yeah.
paying it out of pocket got like expensive. So then I stopped and here we are.
Mm,
But yeah, I don't know. I'm like awkward. I know like I have to get myself out of this, but like when I speak to therapists, I'll dumb everything down. Like I won't say it as bad as it is, and I know like I should because these are the people that like you should be telling this to, but I won't
right.
do it because in my head I'm like scared what people like it's so fucked up because like I said, these are the people that you're supposed to do it with, but like I won't say like how bad it is because I don't know. I don't even know why I do that, but
Yeah. No, I think well, the last one that I had, like I told her my whole life story, and then she like would listen, but like she wouldn't really give me any like feedback
mhm.
aside from things that A, I already knew, or B was just like in the moment, I was like, why are you telling me this? Like it's no help.
Yeah.
Like I guess it was like a little helpful, but also it's like she ghosted me
Mhm.
even after she knew like I like struggle with things like that. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that sucks. So then trying to like find a new therapist, I was like scared. I actually haven't even like started that process, but it just like put me off, I guess, the whole like
Yeah.
idea of it.
Yeah, because it's like you said, like, if she knew that was something that bothered you and, like, probably happened to you in the past, like, doing it is kind
Yeah,
of fucked up.
I know. I was like, what is this? Like, you're supposed to help me.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, sometimes I'm like, "Oh, like, I kinda wanna look for a new one," but then, like, I don't at the same time, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I've gotten to the really bad habit. Well, I think it's good and bad because on one end, it makes me very aware and I'm very like in tune with myself.
Mhm.
But on the other hand, it's like I can't and don't like talking to other people other than like a professional when it comes
Mhm.
to my feelings, just because
It's
A,
hard.
I know I shouldn't think like this, but I don't want to feel like a burden.
Mhm.
But also, it's like there's only so much the other person can say. Like sometimes, like some people don't say the right things or like the things that I don't want to hear, or they say things I don't want to hear. And I'm like, so I don't know.
I think the best
It's
that
like
people
hard.
say is when they say, "Oh, it'll just get better," or like, "Oh, like, don't think about it," or
Yeah.
like those things, like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of my friends this is why I think the only person I ever, like, truly opened up to about, like, all those things was you and, like, obviously Chris. But, like,
Yeah.
whenever people would just be like, "Oh, like, it's fine, like, you'll get over it," like, I hate when people say that to me because, like, even though I
Mhm.
probably will get over it one day, like, that's not, like, what I wanna
What you're
hear, and I
feeling in
think,
the
like
moment too.
exactly, and I think because I also studied psychology for a year, like, I kinda learned, how the human brain works a little bit. And,
Yeah.
like, those are the worst things you can say to someone when they're going through it. Some people would, like, bring up, like, other situations that were worse than mine, and, like, I hate when people do that because, like, I know sometimes my issues
Yeah.
might be small to other people, but in my head, it's big, and, like, that's okay and that's, like, valid. But that's kinda
Right.
why, like, I hesitate, like, opening up to people because I just don't like, if they're not gonna tell me what I wanna hear not that I need to hear certain things, but, like, if they're gonna tell me stuff like
Yeah.
that, like, in my head, there's no point of, like, opening up about it because that's not gonna help me in
Yeah.
any way.
Exactly. I feel like it's easy for me to open up about things that like have happened to me or like things that are going on with like my family or like I don't know, like other friends or whatever, but when it comes to like my personal like traumas and like
Mhm.
things that I'm going through in the moment I'm experiencing like myself, like then it's hard for me to open up. But like I'll sit in front of my mirror, like this is kind of what I was gonna say earlier, and I'll like talk to myself and I don't know if this is gonna sound weird, but like I act as if I'm my own therapist. So I like give myself the advice that I would give a friend or like
Mhm.
whatever. And it helps and it works, but that's also when I'm just like, I feel like I do need to reach out to someone else.
Yeah, because
But
I
then
feel
I'm
like
like, I
at
don't
the end of the
want to,
day,
blah
it's like
blah.
if you're the only person that's helping yourself, it's like you're kind of trapped with like even if you do like speak to yourself in the mirror and like stuff like
Yeah,
that, you're still like trapped with your own emotions because at the end of the day, like they're still just in you.
yeah.
And I think like like I agree, like when I'm like in the moment, it's hard for me to like talk about it, but I think it's because like I haven't fully processed it myself. And I think that's
Mhm.
why it's easier for me to like talk about like when I was 16 and depressed versus me
Right, right,
25 and
right.
depressed because like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, obviously, like I've said before, like it's gotten better, but like I'm still in it right now. And like I don't like to talk about what I feel right now and like what I deal with right now because I'm still dealing with it. But I'm like open about everything else I've dealt with. So I think it's just like we haven't had time to process it.
Yeah. I completely agree with that.
And I feel like this episode
100%.
literally turned into literally something else because we didn't even get through like half the stuff.
We didn't. But low-key it kind of gets into like what we were gonna talk about of like not feeling like enough.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if I said my highs, and I don't even think I have
I
any
don't
either
think
this
you
week.
did.
Honestly, I guess my high would be that I'm leaving on a trip in less than 3 weeks, and my low would be that I so I threw all the clothes I wanna bring in, like, a basket, like a laundry basket type of thing, the ones that are, like,
Mhm.
where you put clean clothes, whatever, and I took them out yesterday, and I looked at them all, and I also tried them all on, which was kinda, like, body dysmorphia, like, triggering, but it's fine. Um, but I tried every piece on so that I knew that it, like, actually fit and I wasn't gonna bring something with me that doesn't fit because that would be, like, worse.
Yeah, especially
Um,
packing for Europe, you have to pack like exactly
yeah, and I
what you
took,
need.
like, pictures of, like, the outfits so that I know what goes with what, but anyway,
Oh, that's so cute.
um, but I have too many clothes, like, I don't know, like, where I think I'm, like, gonna fit all these, but it'll be interesting, so that's my low because I also have to film. So I got a brand deal for, like, jewelry to bring with me,
Mhm.
and I need to film, like, a little pack with me video showing
Oh,
that
that's
and the clothes.
cute.
Yeah, that's cute until the fact that I can't pack. So, you can go
Yeah,
watch that when it comes out in, like, 2
I'll
weeks,
fly
but
out and help you.
thank you so much. Maybe they'll pay for you to fly out and come help me film.
Okay, that's a vibe.
I don't know if they have that budget, but
We
yeah.
can
Oh my god,
ask,
no,
you
my
know, the
low
worst thing
also
people can do is ghost you.
ask. Oh, that's true. But no, my another low I have is that Billie Eilish was in Montreal and I didn't go. And I when I tell you, like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
literally wanted to jump off my roof that night, I wanted to jump
She
off my roof.
sang What Was I Made For, right?
Yeah, and she cried during it.
And
Like
I cried watching it at
I don't
home.
know why we didn't go, but
No, because
that's a whole other
literally
thing.
I came the week before,
You literally left 2 days before, like 2 or 3 days
2 days
before.
before. Yeah,
Like,
3, I think.
I don't know what we did. It's fine.
I don't either. That would have been so much fun,
Yeah,
but next year.
next year. Next year we're gonna get free tickets to go. I don't know how.
Yeah, and we'll, like, interview the people, the
Yeah, like the
artists.
little like for like the TikTok, like you know when people run around with a little mini
Yeah,
microphone? We're gonna do that.
yeah, a little microphone, and then we'll just have them on the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
Mini episodes.
Yeah. So the question of the week is, are you more of an introvert or an extrovert?
I feel like I've always been like this. I'm more of an introvert in front of extroverted people, and I'm more of an extrovert in front of introverted people.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. I also like to match like my
People's
vibe
vibes.
with,
Mhm.
yeah, people. So it's like if you're just not giving me a whole lot to work with, it's a little difficult.
Mhm. I think I'm more of an introvert.
Mhm.
I think my like social anxiety like has a lot to do with that though because like there's some moments when like I could be more extroverted, but it also
Mhm.
depends who I'm with. Because if I don't feel like 100% comfortable with people, like I will not like show my extroverted side, but if I'm comfortable with
Yeah.
the people, then I will. Like when I meet people for the first time, whether like I know other people there or not, like I will be like extremely introverted and kind of comes off as like bitchy sometimes, which sucks because like I've met people and they're like, "Oh, like the first time I met you, like you literally look like stuck up." Because I just don't like I'm bad at making conversation with people I don't no.
Just met, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
I'm
but
kind of
it
like both
depends.
ways.
Like sometimes I can meet someone for the first time and I feel like if the energy is there, then I could be
Yeah,
extroverted, but
yeah. Like if they
sometimes I'm
give,
not.
then I'm gonna give back. Like if
Mhm.
they're very like who was it that I met? I don't know who it was. But specifically, like if people give me energy and I can play off with that, then it's like good.
Yeah, but I think it depends the setting of where I am too. I don't know, or my mood that day. I feel like a lot of
100%.
factors play into it,
No,
but
mood 100%. Because sometimes I'm just like in a silly, goofy mood and I'm like clown. You
mhm.
know when you get like slap happy?
Yeah.
I love those moments. And
Yeah.
sometimes I get like that, which is like I can be extroverted in those moments,
Mhm.
but then other times I'm like super introverted.
Yeah. So it just depends my day, honestly. Anyways, did you pick a
Oh, we
song?
have
Because I
song of the
didn't.
week, and I didn't either. I did not.
Okay, cool.
Where's my phone?
I
See what I've been
guess.
listening to.
Okay, well, I'm going to a concert next week. Very like impromptu. I don't
Whose
know if that's
concert?
the word. Her name is Maisie Peters. Um,
Yo,
my friend asked me to go because she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to this show because like I don't want to go alone, but it's my favorite artist." And I was like, "You can't miss a show because you don't want to go alone, so I'll just
yeah.
go." And it was like
Oh
thirty
my goodness.
dollars, so like if it was like more, I wouldn't go, but like it was only thirty
Yeah.
dollars, and I've like listened to a few of their songs. So the one that I like the most is called "Coming of Age." Um,
Ooh, that
it's
just
just like
sounds good.
yeah, like it has a good vibe, and her voice is very. I think you would like her actually. You should listen to her. She has like a very like unique, soft, pretty voice.
Ooh,
Um, so yeah, should be fun. So I guess that'll be my little song.
yeah. I'm gonna have to say, I literally don't know. What was I
It could be
listening
an old
to?
song.
Probably, ooh, "Staying Alive" by Bee
Oh,
Gees.
yes.
Literally, um, I was helping my dad the other day clean out his garage, and we played that, like, on a loop, basically.
It's such a
It's
vibe.
so fun, cause like, he was the one who introduced me to, like, a lot of that music,
Mhm.
and, like, I vibe with that music so heavy, so it's like, he just, like we, like, understand
Mhm.
each other.
Yeah, no, that music's so good.
Yeah.
I remember just growing up, like, I think it was like every Sunday, like my mom would like clean the entire house and like she would play like all those types of
Mhm.
music,
Yep.
and it was so good, and it's still so good right now. But that's like a core memory that I have growing up.
Honestly, same. Like, Sundays were
Mhm.
just cleaning days, and then we would
Yeah.
blast music.
Yeah, the same.
After church, though,
Do you hear Champ? I don't know who
Champ
the
I
fuck
met
is at the
Champ
window.
for the first time.
Oh my
He
god, he was
was
crazy.
so crazy.
Oh
Boy
my
was
god, yeah.
pumping my leg
Didn't I tell
nonstop.
you in the first episode of this that he would do that? I did
Yeah,
tell you. So I
yeah.
was not lying.
You warned
Next time
me.
you see him, whenever that is gonna be, he'll be like more normal. But the first time he meets people, he's
Yeah.
always like that. And I don't know why. Like people said that like it's like a male dog thing where like they show like who's the owner of this house.
I think he just gets a little bit too excited,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he
I think
can't
so
control
too.
it.
Yeah, but it's so funny because like then like I put
Yeah.
him on his leash and he was so sad. Like he was
Yeah.
so sad because he's like I guess like they don't understand like what's wrong, what they did wrong.
Yeah, no,
But
yeah.
yeah, anyways.
Oh, no, I was
So
gonna say sorry, but remember altar story, girl? Like,
guys, Lauren was an altar server.
I don't honestly, this came about because I was talking to a man about something, like, just religious talk, and, we bonded over that
Yeah,
because
I wasn't
we
an
had to go
altar
to
server
church
though. I
every
was a
Sunday.
reader. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
read the
that's crazy to me,
I don't know
though,
what they're called.
because
Bro, I was so stressed. Like
scriptures
literally wanted to throw up each time I had to go up there and look at everyone.
No, I was talking to my sister about it too, and I told you, I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's kind of what gave me, like, like,
Mhm.
anxiety."
Yeah.
Like, and just thinking about it now, it was funny because I had to do it, and then my older sister had to do it, but then the oldest didn't have to do it,
She
and it
got a
was
cop
just
out.
so crazy,
Yeah, me
and
and
I
my
was
brother
like, "I
both
don't
did it. My brother was an altar
understand."
server. I was a reader. Yeah.
That's like, how old were you reading? Because like at my
11,
church, it was
12,
like
13.
the older people, like
Oh
the
my god, girl, I didn't even know how to
60-year-olds.
say words sometimes. I was like, what's
Yeah,
this?
what?
Like before I would read like what I was supposed to read and I would ask people how to say words. And then when I went up
Dude,
there, I was
I used to
stressed.
do that in school. Like, how could you do it in front of everyone?
Oh my god, I don't know. And like it literally stressed me out and like I felt bad saying no. So I just did it.
Yeah.
But it was so stressful. But I was
No,
like,
I felt
whatever.
bad saying no too. And then I was up there like lighting the candles, bro. My hand was shaking.
I can't
Like I
breathe.
almost dropped the candles. I had to go up and wash his hands. And I was just like, I
Yeah.
swear if I drop
And then the
this
bells.
picture, ring the bells, yep, like 4 times or
It's
whatever.
so funny. And then the little outfit.
You love the
I told
outfit.
Lauren that we should we should dress up as that for Halloween.
This
Imagine
outfit
we
ain't
show
even
up to a
Halloween.
party looking like that. Bro, they think we're
I
nuts.
know, right? No, also
I
give
can't
us
breathe.
costume recommendations because we're trying to find a duo costume
I feel like we
for
have some, but like
LA.
we can't pick.
We have
Like,
some, yeah, it's like difficult.
maybe we should do
Yeah,
a poll, like when we have like a narrowed down like
okay.
amount, because I feel like we're gonna have to look for like the costumes like kind of
Relatively soon. I
soon.
want to like get kind of cute.
Oh my god, yeah. Fucking hate dressing up. Anyway, okay, yeah, this episode has been all over the place, but I feel like we already spoke about a bit about what we're gonna speak about, so I don't really know how long this portion of the podcast is gonna be, but
Yeah.
I thought it would well, we thought it would be like cool, not cool, but like we thought it would be nice to talk about the feeling of like not doing enough in your life. And like I feel like a lot of people can relate to this in like so many different ways. I wrote down like little things because I knew I was gonna forget. But I think for me,
Mhm.
when I think about like the feeling of not doing enough, it has to do a lot with like comparison of like me comparing like people that are like in the same field as me, I guess. And like
Yeah.
seeing like their success and like where they are and like their businesses and then like comparing it to mine, being like, oh my God, like what am I doing wrong? Like what do I have to do? Like things like that. And like
Yeah.
I'm also someone that wants to do everything at once. Like I don't know how to like
Mm,
pick and choose. So I feel like sometimes that kind of like messes with me. And then also if we're not going to talk about career, just life in general, sometimes I feel like I'm really behind people my age. And not for
mhm.
any like I feel like I don't know. I have this like internal like timeline in my head that I was like I should have done all this already and then people have done it. Then it
Yeah.
makes me feel behind, but like also who the fuck cares about what other people are doing, but that's
Yeah,
something that
no, I
like yeah.
remember I was like probably 16 and thinking this, but I was like, when I'm like 22, I'm gonna like be engaged. I'll get married by like 23. I'll have kids by like 24. And I'm like
Yeah.
23 now. And
Mhm.
that's nowhere like near what's happening in my life. So it's just funny that that's what I thought. It's crazy because I've seen people like from my high school who are married or engaged or just have kids and whatever, and it's like you do get in your head a lot and like
Mhm.
compare to other people, but it's just like comparison is literally like the worst ever. There's a
I think
saying, it's like
yeah.
comparison is what is it? Comparison is a thief of joy or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like
Yeah, no, I
that.
agree. I think for
But I
me, like where
agree,
I'm
yeah.
like the thing that I'm like thinking about the most right now is like people around like some people I know have like a whole ass house, okay? And
Yeah.
the house market here is really bad. Like there's
Hmm.
no houses that are like nice. Not to say like there's not whatever. To my like what I want, and I know I can be picky, but also like it's just a type of aesthetic that I like. Everything is
Hmm.
over $1 million and like truthfully I can't throw that money. Like I don't
Oh,
like a down payment's $100,000. Like I don't have $100,000 like laying in my bank account to put a down
yeah.
payment. And even if
Right.
I split with someone, like my boyfriend, like I don't have $50,000 sitting around to like put that down.
Yeah.
And then when I see people like my age like buying these houses that cost that much, it kind of makes me think like
That's
what did I
crazy
do
to me.
wrong? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Um and, like, even people younger than me, I'm like, "How the fuck do you have a whole house?"
Mhm.
And then, like, that's, like, the thing that, like, I think about the most right now because 'cause I'm like, "Oh my god, like, how am I gonna afford a house that's, like, this much?" Unless I move, like, in the country, but, like, I don't wanna live there. Um,
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, that's like the thing that I've been like comparing myself the most in a sense of like being behind. Because I'm like, oh my God, like I'm 25, like I should own a house by now. But like, I don't know who told me that I need to own a house at this age. But like, that's just
Yeah.
like what my brain tells me.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I feel the same, especially because like now I'm like still living with my dad, so it's like mentally I'm like ready to leave, but like
Hmm.
financially I'm not.
It's hard because like people
Um,
think like you just move
yeah,
out and like you just have to pay rent, but then it's like, okay, there's rent and there's this, that. Like there's so many different
no,
things.
it adds up so
It adds
fast.
up so fast. And then like there's things you have to like start prioritizing and like cutting out of your life when when
Mhm.
you do move, which is like obviously fine. I think that's just a part of like growing up, but I don't know. It's hard. And like if I owned a whole ass house, like there's even more than just rent. There's like the mortgage or whatever. And then there's like I don't fucking know, like electricity that you have to pay for,
Yeah,
like
utilities and stuff.
yeah, like there's so much that like it's
Like
crazy.
lawn care.
Yeah, like who the fuck? And like if something breaks, then you like there's no landlord that's gonna come fix it for you. Like you have to go
Yeah.
fix that shit yourself.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, would you go straight to buying a house or like
If I had money,
renting?
sure. But I'm gonna have to rent something. Like
Yeah.
I don't think I'll because I wanna be out in like 1 or 2 years.
Mhm.
I don't know if I like would move directly in with Chris or like live by my own for a year. Cause like there's a part of me that like I'd be down to just move in with him right away. But then there's also part of me like
Yeah.
I just want to live by myself for like 1 year, just like see what it's like because I've never done that because I've lived at home
Yeah,
my whole life.
exactly. Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, like shit's expensive. Like apartments
Yeah.
here are like 2,000 for like something decent, and like 2,000's a
That's
lot.
insane.
Like
2,000 is a
2,000,
lot.
and then like there's obviously like groceries that come into it, and then there's like we said like other things that you pay for,
Yeah.
and then like I don't know. I don't wanna be that type of person that moves out and then I can only afford rent and groceries and not have, like, any, like, life outside of that because I feel like that
Right.
would just be boring to me and, like, it would just be, like, a big downgrade to, like, my life now, but I also recognize I
Yeah.
can't live how I'm living right now if I like, you know what I mean? It's just, like, a whole
Yeah, no,
thing.
I get it. Yeah, I think, like, the place, because like, I wanna move to, like, relatively soon, so it's, like,
Mhm,
the place I was looking at well, the places I was looking at, like, obviously, I could move to somewhere that's, like, not fully, like, renovated or, like, updated and modern, but, like, I want that aesthetic. I
mhm.
want, like, a nice kitchen. I want a nice, like, big space, whatever, so it's, like, I can get something for cheaper, but I then it's, like then I don't get exactly what I want. So
Mhm.
then I'm like,
That's me
do
with
I
the
pay
house.
more? Like, so it's kind of, um, just a lot of thinking to do.
Mhm. And it's
It's very
expensive, I don't know.
stressful,
Yeah. Yeah, life's fucking expensive.
you know, especially like I don't want to say exactly what I'm like planning on doing because like
Mhm,
nothing's set in stone, but like what I'm planning on doing is similar to what I'm doing now, but like a little different, and I want to move with it. So it's like I want to do that. And then I told my grandma about it today, and she was like, I don't know. The way that she said certain things was just like it made me think that like I like am what's the word? Like I should be doing so much more
mhm,
cuz like she sees that in me, and it's like I see that in myself too, but at the same time with things that I do want to do, like I would have to go back to school for it and not like college. But well, it is college, but like cosmetology school
mhm.
or like esthetician school or whatever. So it's like that's just a whole nother
Mhm.
$15,000 that I just don't have right
Yeah. But
now.
I
So
think,
it's hard.
I think, in your case, you would have to, take a step back and then, okay, this is, obviously, maybe not I don't know. I'm not, an expert at anything, so,
Mhm.
take this and do what you will with it. But I think at the end, you have to, take a step back and, think about, what would make you happiest in the end
Yeah,
because, you can do your first plan and, be comfortable and happy, but, would you be more happy if you did the second route, even though, you would have to, go back to school and, I feel like people just have this stigma about going back to school when you're like past a certain age. But it's like at the end of the
I'd
day,
go back
like
to school.
it's
Like,
expensive. I know that. But
yeah,
it's like at the end of the day, like you said it was 15,000 around?
I have no clue actually how much
Okay.
it is.
Well, anyways, besides the point of whatever how much money it is, like would that fulfill you? Like you have to think about what would fulfill you more in the end,
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, I know, like, my first plan, I'm not like, planning on doing it for the rest of my life. I think it's just till I, like, generate, like, a good, like,
Mhm.
income. Um, but, like, I wouldn't mind going to school when I'm, like, older and, like but then also it's, like and I've always said this, like, I feel like my purpose in life, which we've talked about before, is, like,
Mhm.
to be a mom, and what I wanna do is, like, the closest thing I can get to being a mom. You know what I mean?
But
So then I see it
here I
like
go again.
that,
Yeah. I get that. But then hmm,
and I love doing what I do. I
yeah.
just want my own space with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also get what, like, my grandma was saying because like, I think that, I've just shown everyone kind of different sides of me and, like, I don't know, like, my creative side or, like there's so many
But I think you
aspects
can
and so
also
many
do
things,
both.
so it's
Like it
like,
doesn't like
oh,
you don't have
100%
to
I
like
can yeah.
pick. So,
Yeah, no, because 'cause I'm, like, kind of planning on doing literally every like, a little bit of everything, so
mhm.
and if I
I
have my
think
own
that's
space,
like
it's just gonna be easier, I
yeah,
think. That's why I'm, like, planning on that, but I don't know. It's just, like, a lot to think about.
it's a lot. And then like also like I don't know. It's a lot because it's like a whole like thing. But also like as long as you don't like feel rushed that you have to make a decision because I feel like a lot of people like rush themselves to make a decision and then they end up like
Yeah.
regretting whatever they do. So I think if you just like think about what you actually want to do and like sit with it and whatever, that'd be
Mhm.
like good. I don't know. I don't know if I'm good at advice,
Yeah.
but that's my advice.
No, yeah. I I agree with that. But
Cause
let's see
like
how it goes.
okay, one more thing.
Yes.
Because if you want to do like more of a creative route, I feel like
Mhm.
that's riskier in a sense if you move out,
100%.
only because
Yeah.
like that type of income kind of fluctuates for a little while. But then if you go with like the safer route, like that might be safer, obviously. But then it's like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, it's like, I don't know, things that I wanna do aren't gonna be forever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know till when, obviously, but, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, sometimes, like, I get super in my head about that too, and it's just, like, that idea of, like, not feeling like you're doing enough, especially because
Mm-hmm.
I do have, like, outside sources telling me, like not, like, directly being like, "Do better," kinda thing, but, like, it makes me feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, kinda
Do
sucks.
you like tell them?
Um,
Because
not
I wouldn't wanna
really.
surround myself with people that make me feel well, I mean, I guess it's harder when it's, like, family or whatever to be like, I don't wanna surround myself with them, but, like, I
Yeah,
don't know. It's hard to do what you wanna do when, like, you have those type of people around you because, like, then, like, their thoughts kinda creep into your own head and, like, make you, like,
yeah.
overthink or overanalyze, but yeah, also easier said than done.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I'm not gonna say, like, who it
Yeah.
is in my
Yeah,
life,
no.
but, like, just certain people, so it's like it is difficult. A difficult situation, but, like, it's been like that a lot of my life,
Mhm.
especially the past couple of years, so it's like I've kinda learned how to maneuver the behavior, and I
Yeah.
definitely have set boundaries, and I, like, don't tolerate a lot of things anymore, so it's like yeah.
Yeah.
I just
I think
also
it's
don't really
hard.
care what people say.
Yeah,
At
I
this
think it's
point,
hard
I'm
when
like
you're, like, a non-traditional route, though, because that's when people have the most to say because people are so, like,
yeah,
used to, like, a traditional, like, type of job. So, like, sometimes when I say, like, all these, like, random ass goals that I have, people are, like, think I'm actually crazy or, like you said before, like, that I'm, like,
yeah,
joking about it, but, like, I'm actually not, like, I'm not joking when I say, like, certain things, but a lot of the people around me, because they're in such a, like, a traditional mindset, they think that, like,
mhm,
I'm joking or, like, I'm like, I know I'm saying I'm delusional a lot, but, like, I believe in my delusions, but other people just think that, like,
yeah,
I'm actually just crazy, but I don't
yeah,
care.
no. Yeah, they do. I think it's frustrating, like, that you're kind of born into a system and, like, you either follow it or you don't follow it. But if you do follow it, like, I don't know, like, you have, like, this safe, like, landing to, like, land on.
Mhm. But that's not exciting to me. I don't know.
No, no, it's not.
Like, that's not what I was made to do, and I know I'd be miserable.
No. And then yeah, 'cause you're, like, selling your soul almost to, like, capitalism, I feel like, and, like
Yeah, and, like, money-wise, like, if you work, like I don't know, if I'm a doctor or I'm, like, a teacher or whatever, there's, like, a certain cap of, like, how much you can make, but then when you, like, work for yourself, like, it's kind of, like,
yeah,
unlimited. Not saying that, like, I'm a millionaire right now because 'cause I'm obviously not, or then I'd be having that $1,000,000 house, but
yeah,
it's, like, I don't know, like, in the creative like, in communications, what I graduated in, like, the common salary, like, the peak that you can hit is, like, 80K, which, like, is
mhm,
a fair amount of money, but, like, I want more than that. So, like but the only way
yeah,
to get that is when you, like, do it yourself, which is obviously a harder route to, like, go, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just, like, never saw myself in a traditional, like, anything in life, to be
yeah,
honest. So, yeah, it's been hard because a lot of my life growing up too, I've just been surrounded with, like, people that, like, do that, and it's nothing wrong with it. Like, all my friends here, like, most like, have, like, traditional 9 to 5 type jobs and, like, in
mhm,
corporate life and, like, have that. So I guess it kinda, like, makes sense when sometimes I say things and people just look at me like, "What are you talking about?" But I
yeah.
don't know.
I think it's just crazy because like, you're born, and then you spend 18 years of your life going to school,
Mhm. And
and
probably
then you can
more.
either yeah, or more. Like, you either pick this route of, like, a non-traditional, like, path, but then you have, like, all of those people, like, who look at you and they're like, but, like, that
Doubting you.
may not be super successful, but so then there's this other path that you can take where it's like, you're working this 9 to 5, you're doing the thing, you're making the money, then you reach, like, 65 and you're, like, retired, and then you're, like, think to yourself, like, "I probably skipped out on so many opportunities and experiences and memories solely because I was focused on just living and not feeling alive." Like, I
Yeah.
want to feel something more.
But it's like sorry. I was
No,
talking
go
to my
ahead.
neighbor about this actually because she's been, like, in a 9 to 5 at the same place for 10 years. She's talking about how she only gets, like, 2 weeks of vacation. And I was just thinking about
Mhm.
it, I'm like, it's so, like all these 9 to 5s, like, you get, like, max, like, 4 or 5 weeks and that's it, which, like, to me is actually not a lot when you think of it in, like, the grand scheme of thing bleh,
Yeah.
whatever, the whole saying of that. Because it's like you're working for, like, 50 I don't even know how many weeks there are, 52, 56, something like that, and you only get,
52.
like, 4 weeks off out of all those, which is just insane to me, and, like, for me, in my head, I'm like, working for myself, yeah, whatever, it's a little bit more struggle at times, but, like,
Yeah.
I have the opportunity to do, like, so many more things with my life versus my friends who only have 2 weeks of vacation and, like, that's all they're gonna get for the year. So, like, if I ever wanna, like,
Yeah.
plan, like, a trip with them or something, like, I have to, like, stick within, like, their random 2 weeks versus me,
Mhm.
like, I can just, like, not just do what I want, but, like, there's more flexibility there. And that's when I'm like, I feel like I can make so much more, like, memories and, like, live my life how I want it
Yeah.
to without being stuck to those barriers. Cause yeah, like, that's not a lot of time, honestly, and it sucks because
Mhm.
you're just working your whole fucking life basically until you're old, and the way of life when you're older is not as easy as it is when you're in your 30s.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, because not everyone like, also, not everyone understands that mindset,
Mhm. Yeah, I know.
so it's, like,
I try to explain it to people
hard.
sometimes, but it's hard to, like it's hard to explain it to people who are, like who growing up, like, all they wanted to do was work, like, a certain job and, like, they can't really
Mhm.
see, like, the other things, I guess.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
kudos to those people and, like, honestly, thank God for a lot of them because they're, like,
Yeah.
doctors and nurses and lawyers and teachers and people who we actually need in our society to, like,
Mhm.
thrive. So, like, I'm grateful for them, but it's just, like, that's not me, and it's never
Oh my
been
god,
me to
me
just know
either.
exactly what I wanted to do, but it's stressful.
But I feel like that's, like, the people with the most creative minds, that's how it is and that's how it's always going to be. Because like your mind never like picks something and it's always thinking of like different things you can do, which I think like can be a good and bad thing at times, but
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's
That's more
also
exciting to me.
that's one thing though that I do struggle with. It's like would like to do so much that it's like I don't even know A, where to start, or B, like what direction I want to even go into because like everything excites me. So it's like so
Yeah, I
hard.
feel
But
that. You can pick one main thing and then do little things on the side.
yeah.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah.
But yeah.
At the
I
end
don't
of the
know, we're all
day,
over the
like
place, guys.
everyone's I feel like I've said this already, but like everyone's journey is different and like you're like some people might look at you and be like, damn, like that person's doing so much in their life.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me? And you could be
Mm-hmm.
doing the same thing to that same person. So at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, like again, easier said than done, but like try not compare yourself to other people because it does nothing. Literally, it does nothing at the end of the day. Like me comparing myself to other
Really
business
doesn't.
owners does nothing other than stress me out. So whenever I'm like in that mindset or like feeling that way, I kind of just like try and realize like what I'm doing and like take myself back and like remind myself basically that like whatever, my life is my life and like I'm
Yeah.
doing what I want to do and like the way that I want to do it and what's best for me.
Yeah. Also, the fact that like everything happens for a reason, and if it like whatever didn't work out in that specific moment, then there's like only like something better that's going to come out of it. So,
Hmm. Yeah. Well, this was a fun episode. I feel like in my head it was good
yeah.
and like we had good things to say, but
Yeah.
um
Also, yeah, it was just like
it
kind of all
started
over the
deep right off
place,
the bat. So
but I know it did a little bit.
but it's fine. Um yeah. So anyways, like I said at the beginning, let us know anyone you want to hear on the pod, whether they're in LA, not Alabama.
Yes.
You know, like the fun places, like I said, the places that like would be fun to go to and also interview people, you know, like a mix of both. Because I'm not gonna have fun in
A mix
Alabama.
of both.
Um,
We love Alabama. I don't know. I don't know what's in
I don't know
Alabama.
anyone in Alabama. I just know it's Alabama. And I feel like it's very
Yeah.
country. Um, but yeah, so you know, just
I'm
let us
also in the
know.
country.
Anyways,
Maybe I thrive in
ignore that.
Alabama.
Ignore that. You can go interview people by yourself there. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think maybe we can put like a little a little thing one day, and like people can just say like people they want to hear from like in anywhere in the world. I think it'd be fun to like have like a
Yeah.
master list and like go through it, you know. But
Mhm.
yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening.
For listening and watch our last episode too because you get to see us together.
Mm, yeah.
You said no.
Follow the podcast on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to it on. Leave a review, and we'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.